36 right now, and New York City's economic landscape is made up of nearly 200,000 small businesses. Take a look here. 89% of those businesses employ less than 20 people. The outer boroughs saw the biggest jump in startups, with North Brooklyn registering the most.
So small businesses generate $4.5 billion in revenue for New York City. Commissioner Kenny Minaya of the Small Business Administration makes sure the entrepreneurs have what they need to stay in business, and he's here to tell us all about it. So good morning, Commissioner. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
I mean, you're very familiar with small businesses, right? Your parents owned a bakery in Inwood.
That's right, 42 years and running.
Wow. So there are a lot of challenges for small businesses and people just even wanting to start one, especially for immigrant families. Can you talk about what challenges they normally face?
Absolutely. One of the biggest challenges we find small business owners face is understanding government regulations that are applicable to them. That's why at Small Business Services we have the NYC BEST program. This program will help you secure the permits you need to open your business quickly and provide additional advice and consultation so that once you are open, you can avoid costly fines and fees. In the first 6 months of the Mamdani administration, we've saved business owners $6 million.
You know, affordability, though, is a huge problem, and a lot of these mom and pop shops are closing because of rising rents. They simply cannot afford to keep up with the rent that the landlord is putting among them. We cover it all the time here, and most recently one was a restaurant in Hell's Kitchen that closed on 44th Street. So how does the Small Business Administration, I guess, help keep those folks keep their doors open?
Absolutely. We have a service at Small Business Services for any place you may find yourself in your journey as an entrepreneur. For these businesses in particular, we have a commercial leasing assistance program. This program provides free legal consultations to business owners so that they have the skills they need to secure better terms on their lease and actually understand the terms of their leases.
Yeah, so can we talk about vendors too? Because sometimes small businesses, that's like one of the easiest, I don't want to say easiest, but it just seems like the most attainable kind of business to start are vendors. What kind of a situation do you find yourself in dealing with them and getting their startups there?
Well, just a couple of weeks ago under the Mamdani administration, we announced the beginning of the Office of Street Vendor Services, a dedicated services within the Department of Small Business Services to ensure that our smallest businesses have access to the resources they need to understand what it takes to vend in a compliant in New York City, but also what they need to grow their businesses. Just the similar services that we provide to other more traditional businesses. Is
there a backlog of people applying for applications to get their vendor licenses? Because then people feel the alternate route of trying to do it on their own or go out there, and then there's all that trouble without not having the correct license. I know that was a problem in the past. How is that going now?
Absolutely. Traditionally, that has been a problem. There's a new law that the mayor helped spearhead to make sure that vendors have access to the licenses that they need to operate legally. Historically, the vendors have been shut out of the market, no more, and we're working closely with our partners within city government to make sure that those licenses are available to vendors as soon as possible.
All right, so let's talk about NYC BEST. What exactly does the program do? Lay it all out for us.
Absolutely. At NYC BEST, you have an opportunity to connect with staff at the Department of Small Business Services that can guide you through the process, step by step, of how to secure the permits you need to open your businesses as soon as possible. We have expertise, and we're in constant coordination with our sister agencies. We know that government can be very complicated. We want to make sure that if you are opening a business, it's as simple as possible for you. And then once you've opened your business, we go to your storefront, we meet you where you are and advise you on what you need to do to stay in compliance and avoid costly fines. This initiative is part of a broader vision of the Mamdani administration under Executive Order 11 to streamline government and make sure that it's easier for New Yorkers to open businesses in New York City.
Okay, good stuff all around. Commissioner, appreciate your time this morning. Thanks for coming by and talking about it.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
All right.